You see my bandwidth is pretty low. I hope you can all hear me. I think I'm going to record this on my end anyway. So here we are. This is B-Point Week. Congratulations everyone for arriving. I'm going to start with a couple of very quick announcements. The first is that the two events have changed. The Destruction Derby and the Exploration of the Moons of Podar have now been reversed, and we have finally settled on some rules for the Whack-A-Rat, which will take place in about 1 hour from now. The rules for Whack-A-Rat basically are the rats get a 10-minute head start. For the first 9 minutes they have to have their lights on full beam, and the hunters wait at the starting point along with the seekers, the spotters, whatever, and they can try and keep an eye on them via the lights. And then after 10 minutes, after 9 minutes the lights go off, 1 more minute for them to try and hide a bit, and then the hunters go out and try and catch them. And those are basically the fine-tunings of the rules. If you want the rest of the rules, then go to the announcements forum. So that is a quick announcement. As for attrition, well, I have to say that right now on the form, 260 or so people have already signed up. That is 360 people have made it, of about 1,300 people that have taken part in Distant Worlds, whether they're official or not. So that is, you know, a good 25%. On the EDSM tracker, there is, I see people in the chat, the Moons of Podar thing hasn't been removed, it has been moved, it has been swapped, the days have been, so the Moons of Podar is now, I believe, on Tuesday and Destruction Derby on Wednesday. I can't remember, they're going to swap, okay? That's all you missed, so don't worry too much. And so yeah, we have at least 360 people here at Beagle Point with us. That is amazing. You should celebrate, and we've got the slow boat behind, so possibly up to 500-600 people are going to arrive. The EDSM tracker has got 260 or so people on it. About 600 people signed up, so that's basically nearly half of the people on there have arrived. Is that? I could be wrong about that. Oh, okay. He said 39% of all the tracks people have arrived on that. So take that as an overall average, I don't know. So well done on that. Yeah, so I have a couple of speeches to read out. Basically, I want to read what Erimus is going to be putting in the newsletter. I think the words are quite meaningful. And then I have a few words of my own. And then anyone who has anything they'd like to say is welcome to apply to the live stream channel on Discord and speak. Possibly Cancro would like to come along. I'm not sure if he's listening right now. But let's say these are the words of Erimus, our captain, the person we followed all this way into the dark, into the black. Our journey into the depths. Those of you who have made it all the way have accomplished possibly one of the toughest things players can do in Elite Dangerous. No other event, either FD-induced or player-driven, comes close to the challenges that the Distant Worlds expedition has thrown at us. The endurance and determination to see out a 3-month goal where one bad mistake could end it all, across the largest game world ever, and navigate through some of the toughest regions that game world offers, is something a few before you have undertaken and succeeded at. To absent friends, those who fell by the wayside along the way, we salute you. You may not have reached the final goal, but you've had the vision and the desire to at least give it your best shot. So whether you dropped away during the early stages, or turned back at Sagittarius A*, or faltered at the abyss and could go no further, or died a lonely death on some distant world when a landing went bad, you will always be part of the Distant World fleet. To those who died but came back more determined than ever, those who lost it all for whatever reason, awoke at the insurance screens, but undeterred refitted, relaunched and travelled back out, you deserve all the accolades you got from the community. Now that is dedication. And it's also a testament at how the Distant Worlds gets into your blood. Those friendships we built, those base camp meetups, the fleet comm banter, and the feeling of being a part of something special, it draws us back out into the void to rejoin the fleet and to continue to be part of this addictive venture. To the Beagle Pointers, who I'm speaking to right now, before Distant Worlds, less than 50 people have ever been recorded as reaching this far out into the galaxy. galaxy. And that is 50 among a speculated 1.4 million people who have played ED over the past year. You have joined a unique club, my friends. You have travelled across the largest game world in the history of video games. This is history making, and I firmly believe that Distant Worlds 3302 will be something that will be remembered and talked about in Elite folklore for years to come. Long after some of you have moved on to the your names and deeds will live on in the hundreds of videos, blogs, fan sites and pages of forum posts that have been born out of this great gaming endeavour. Congratulations, Commanders. Have a safe journey home. Those were the words of our Commander-in-Chief, Erimus. I hope... Oh, I think I've just received a word from Olivia. No, she's not. Unfortunately not streaming yet. Don't worry to anyone who can't access the stream. If you could just tell them that it's going to be recorded and archived and they can watch it again later. So I have some words of my own. To the brave explorers that have come with us. When we started out, I really didn't know what the expedition would be like. Did you? Nobody really knows what things will be, I guess, but this was something new, something undone before in history, something that, in theory, wasn't supposed to work. I mean, think about it. We're talking about explorers, first of all, and we're talking about exploring. Explorers aren't the types to love to hang out in big groups, and exploring isn't exactly a group activity, is it? It isn't exactly the most fun thing you can do. It's more of an achievement thing, more of a personal experience with the universe, a meaningful one, you know? Starting at Pelani, though, something interesting was already starting to take place. The instance parties were forming up. A bit like a lottery, landing there and at future waypoints was a random potluck draw of 30 commanders, ending up together in beautiful mystical places far away from home. Even hardened explorers reached out to one another and made friends. Loneliness might have played a part in it, maybe, but I think it has something that was just supposed to happen. You guys are clearly all great people, warm, friendly, good-hearted. A whole bunch of things happened that I didn't expect. Firstly, the instant parties became these hotbeds of fun and creativity. From the ship stacking to the games, the crazy ideas everyone had. Half this stuff could have been done in the bubble, you know. It didn't need to happen on Distant Worlds, but there is something special about Distant Worlds, something that brings out the best in people. And I mean the best. What you guys have accomplished broke records. It transformed Elite. We transformed it for everyone. A lot of internet debates about how it's an empty and missing soul have been finally settled. We have shown that Elite is the platform and we are the soul. The feedback from the bubble, from people who don't play the game, has been phenomenal. We're talking about the internet here, and the usual sarcasm is expected, but I don't think I've seen even one person say anything sarcastic or mocking about any of the videos or viral GIFs of the expedition, except in a couple of cases where they were immediately shouted down by other people who think it's all fantastic and amazing. I'm telling you guys, you've made a difference in the world, a real difference. We put the soul into the game. We make it a place where people can come and have fun, great fun, feel part of something big and get a chance to fulfill their dreams. Fulfilling dreams has been another theme of the trip. No matter what any person I've spoken to has wanted out of the expedition, they've been able to get it easily. If it's an idea for a game, that game happens effortlessly. If it's a role to play, for example, the Rock Rats have provided plenty of people with meaning. Everyone let them in. Everyone helped them and got them going. The groups that have formed, people listen to each other. People spend time to try and make things work. People cooperate to make big things happen. What about the Sagittarius A-Star event? Breaking records, reaching millions of people? Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Changing the world. You've made the dreams of Erimus and myself come true, that's for sure. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So let's recount what you've achieved. We've come 80,000 light years. Some of you have done that before. Some of you have never been out of the bubble before. To all though, that's an amazing achievement. That's 3,000 dedicated, heartfelt jumps. That's fighting tedium, fatigue, longing for being back in the safety of the bubble and pushing on. Some of you guys have died and come back. Some of you many times. Guys, pride isn't a strong enough word. Awe, amazement, glee. Just seeing you guys in action has been a constant source of delight. Constantly hearing everyone say this has been the de facto best gaming experience of my life has never once got old, even though I've heard it 50 times. And never once have I doubted that you guys are responsible for this. You guys are the best. So yeah, you've done your 80,000 light years. Why? Well, everyone has their own reason, but ultimately I think everyone For everyone, it boils down to just seeing the galaxy, being on the other side and experiencing it. Doesn't that make you all a bit special? Not to sound chauvinistic or anything, but I'd rather connect with the person who makes that one of their life goals. It's no wonder this has all gone so smoothly. It's you guys. I really am trying not to sound sappy, but I think you all feel it. All this kindness, helpfulness, all this effortlessness, the spirit of the fleet, the way nothing has gone seriously wrong, the constant inspiration floating down the communications lines, the stories, the fun. Going forward, I think the game will never be the same again for anyone, especially us. And it's a true honour to know that we have worked together at this, achieving this together, and will remain bonded together for all time thanks to this. FleetCom, an Explorers Association, friendships that will never die. Now that we have this behind us, we can only go to do bigger and better things. Let's do it, Commanders. And just like I didn't expect anything when this Distant Worlds expedition set out, I know that you guys will surprise and shock the world with everything you do from now on. I said it at the beginning, no more going quietly into the night. We made noise and it will echo throughout the galaxy forever. But for now, let's relax, let's party, let's enjoy the fleet spirit for one last week at Beagle Point and feel good. See you at the party and turn the music up because no one can hear us this far out. I salute you all, Commanders, and well done. This is a credit to you all. It has been absolutely amazing. Thank you for taking me along this amazing ride. So long, folks.